Hi, my name is Rene. I've made this video to show you how easy it is actually to build and set up the quad pocket drone from Hobbyking. On this picture right now you see actually what you need so you can do it. You also need a PC. On this PC you have to install the MultiWiiConf configurator software. Just to say it, this pocket drone is with the software on without the bootloader. So I had some problems binding it, but I have found a way. That's why you need the Spectrum D8. This is this one, and you need a Spectrum receiver, and you need a Spectrum satellite board. Actually what you do is you take the Spectrum satellite board when you have binded the two parts, the receiver and the satellite board, and then you put on the satellite board that comes with the kit. I'll show you how later. The first thing is that I'm going to do is to assemble the drone. Put on the motor holders in each corner. Doesn't matter what colors you use. Put them on tight, but be aware that the legs can break. Like this. Then put in the motors gently. Like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we have to put on the propellers. If you have seen it or not, but there's actually two different types of propellers. There's one that goes contra clock, and there's two that's standard. The standard motors has to be placed. Sorry, the arrow has to go up. The standard motors, the standard propellers has to go on position 1 and position 3. I'll put them like that. The contra propellers, you actually can see there's an A placed on it. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's the other way, but anyway I know this is the way you have to put it. I've put them on now. It's a little difficult, but anyway it will come on in a second. Like this. Then you put the motors into the plugs like this. 1. Oh, 2, 3, and 4. I'll just remove this. It's a sticker I've used because I have assembled this once before. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I'll just remove it. It's wasting of video time, I know, but anyway. So I've used one. Okay. Now the drone is assembled. I'll place it here for now. Next we'll be binding the satellite board. Now what I'm going to do is to bind the satellite board that you have received with your pocket quad. First, just to show you, I'll bind this receiver and satellite board that I have from one of my older models. What you have to do, it's very important to put the bind plug on the data port. On this one it's on the bottom, so I place it here. Put it on. And now what I'm going to do is put on some battery power. I've tested and I can use the first port, so I'll just put it on. Keep in mind that the minus and the plus goes to the bottom. I've put my battery pack down here. I'll place it here so better can see it, and then I'll put it on the receiver. What should happen now is that the two things should start to flash, and they flash quickly. You can see that. I'll just put it. Now what I'm going to do is, on my transmitter, I'm going to hold in this button, press it down, and turn on the transmitter. What should happen now is that the two boards should do a steady lead. Now you can see you have a steady lead on the two boards, and on the back you have a steady lead as well. To see if it works, you actually turn off the transmitter again. You can see the LEDs, they turn off. And when you turn on the transmitter again, they should start with a steady LED on both of the boards lighting. Good. I'm turning off the power now again for my transmitter. Put it on the table. And now I'll take off this satellite board and put on the board you have received from the supplier. And you see this one, it flashes very quick. What I will do is I'll do the same procedure as I did before. Take off the power from the receiver. It should start to flash quick as well. Put on the power and you can see they are flashing both of the LEDs. Now I'll hold in the button again, turn on my transmitter, and you can see on the back it flashes. The LEDs on the receivers go out, and now it goes steady on the satellite board and on the receiver and on the transmitter board. Now you can see everything should work. I'll turn off the power now. You can see the LEDs go off. Actually now I control both of the boards, and now I turn on again, and you can see now everything is binded. I turn off my transmitter and I take off the satellite board, and this board should now be binded, and you can use it now on the quad drone without using any software at all. You can also get a piece of binding software if you have a bootloader on your pocket quad, but I actually don't, so that's why I had to use this procedure. Next we're going to configure the quad drone and the transmitter with the MultiWii configuration software. Now what we need to do to get the pocket drone up and flying is that we need a piece of software called MultiWii Configurator. You use it actually to calibrate your joystick and see actually if your drone is working. What we're going to do is we're going to start up a browser. On Google you write MultiWii Configuration. Press enter. What we're going to search for now is down here. I've been there before, so you can see it has another color. Software for MultiWii. You'll now see this screen, and if you go to the bottom of the screen almost, This is actually the software, you see. What you can do, you can put different flying modes and things like that. But what you're looking for is going to source code and GUI and press on the link just underneath. We'll do this, and then you go to downloads. Under downloads you get the newest version. I wouldn't get the development version, but I'm going to get MultiWii version 2.3, even though it's only a 2.2 software that is on the drone. But anyway, it should work anyway. I double click, and then I download the zip file. When the zip file is finished downloading, I open it. Well, I think I have to press here. Open. I haven't paid for this version of WinRAR, sorry, but I can't afford it now that I've bought a drone. Anyway, now I take out the software called MultiWiiConf, or not the software, but the folder. I put it up here. Underneath, well, I don't think you can use this software for anything because there's not a GPS on it, but anyway, you can put it on beside the other one. Oh, I have it already. But anyway, now I close down this. I start up MultiWiiConf. Under here you can choose what sort of OS you are running. I'm running a Windows 32 version of Windows 7. And down here I start the software called MultiWiiConf. What happens now is that actually you get a configurator software, but we've forgotten one thing, so I'll just close down the software again. Now you have to actually take your MultiWii and a USB cable. If you have a cable like this, it's very important because you can't do it without. You plug the USB part to the drone and you put this one into the PC. Now you can see actually there's communication with the drone. No, you can't, because you're seeing the screen. I'll just zoom out a little. I'll take the drone anyway in the hand. You can see here now it's flashing. I'll take it from the USB again, and you can see some communication. Actually the drone is starting up. Now it's loaded, and you can see if you turn the drone up or down or sideways, you can see actually it's flashing. It's because of the board can see that you're tilting too much. But anyway, there's communication with the drone. You can now, well, you have to do it this way. I'll just take it off again. You can put on the satellite board, put it into the right plug, put it here. I'll take just a second. I have one of these. I'll put it on the board around here. Just hold the satellite board. Put this one on like this. This should be good enough. Still I have to make some room for the power. So I'll put it like this. You can put it like you want. Be careful it doesn't hit the propellers. But anyway, again, I put on the USB port. You can still see there's communication. Now actually what you can do, just to see if the satellite board is working, you can turn on your controller or transmitter, and there should be communication with the satellite board. You can see now actually it's binded and it works on the USB port because it gets power from the USB port. This is actually something you need in a moment, because you have to calibrate the joystick on your transmitter. There's a little problem because this drone is still, you don't have a bootloader on it, and the default is set to that the joysticks go from max to minimum from around 1000 to 2000, and the middle is 1500. So that means actually, I don't know, I'll show you later, but anyway, you need to arm the drone, and you can't, because actually it doesn't go from minimum max. It only goes, this one only goes to around 1800, but I'll show you on the configurator software in a moment. I'll just place this on the table. I'll zoom in again to the PC so you can see what happens with the configurator software. I'll zoom in again to the screen as much as I can. Please. I'll start up again the MultiWii configurator. Make it so it fills the entire screen. Well, I can't do that. But now you can see, I can take my, no, you can't, not yet. Over here now, there's a COM port. It shows the COM port of the USB. I press on this, and then I press on start. Now you can see on the drone, it's flashing fast, and you can see down here and over here that actually there's live. Oh no, you can't because my hand is in the way. But you can see it rolls up and down. Also, you can see up here that the joystick is working. Also, you can see there's a problem here, that when I go down with the joystick, it goes to, throttle goes to the top. That's not good. I'll zoom in a little more on the screen. Up here you can see throttle. It goes the wrong way. Down should be low and up should be high. The yaw, it looks good. Over here we have the same problem with the pitch. When I go up, it should go up, and when I go down, it should go down. So it's also reversed. So what I'm actually going to do now is on my, I'll just zoom out a little. On my transmitter, I'll go here, and then I'll go to reverse. I don't think you can see it here. Press enter, and then I'll say I need to reverse my throttle, which is down here. I reverse it, press enter, press end, and now you can see on the screen up in the top that when I go down, the bar goes down, and when I go up, it goes up. Can you see that? I'll just place it in the middle. I'll do the same for the pitch. As I recall, pitch is, I'll just take my, I have to zoom out again. Take my controller, press mode, go to reverse, and then I go to, I can't recall what it's called, I think it's the ale. Press reverse and end, and it should go. It wasn't ale, so I'll go back again, put that back to normal. Put that back to normal, and I'll go to elevation instead. Put that to reverse and it should work now. You can see it if I zoom in again up here. Now my throttle goes to the top and it goes to the bottom, and my yaw goes from left to right, and my pitch, when I press it up it goes up, and when I push it down it goes down, and my roll goes, when I push it left it goes down, and when I push it right it goes up. But now look, for instance, if I put throttle up to the top, it only goes to 1880. That's a problem. So what I have to do now is to change my endpoints to around 1950. I have to do it on all the four, or else, for instance, I can't arm. So what I'll do now is go to my go on my receiver. I'll just zoom out a little again here. Well, it's not my receiver, it's my transmitter. And then I go to endpoint, and then I press, for instance, the eel that's here, and then I turn it, I press it out, and then I press my button, and no, you can't see it I think, but the roll is now decreasing, and I'm going to put it on 1980. I don't think you can see it, but anyway, I'll zoom in. You can see right now it's on 1973. Well, 1979, that's the closest I get, and now I press it down, and I go down to around 1050. It's the other way. So now I can go from 1050 up to 1979. I'll do that on all the sticks. So now I push up the pitch and I turn on my something went wrong here. Ah, okay, sorry. It's my elevation. Here it is, 1950, and down here I go to around 1050. Here you go. And then I go to my thrust. I did that before, didn't I? No. I do the same on my thrust. I go to 1950, and then I go to 1050. Here go. You can see it goes from 1950 to 1050. And then the important one, I think it's this one. It's not that one. It should be this one then. Yes. Because you're not able to arm. I don't think you can see it right now. I'll just show you in a second. Well, actually I'll show you right now that I can't disarm. Right now you can see it said armed. And if I take the transmitter, I'll zoom out. You arm down by pressing it to bottom right, then you arm, and then you disarm at the opposite side, that means bottom left. I can't disarm right now. As you can see, it still says armed. I'll try to. So what I'll still do is that I'll turn this down to 1050. That's a little too much, like that. Now it's centered. I go back over here, and now you can see the arm is not lighting anymore. Now I go to the bottom left, it's disarmed. I go to the bottom right, and now you can see it's armed. Actually now I only need to calibrate the drone. As you can see right now, the horizontal, it's not when I place it on a flat place, it's not totally in calibration. So what I can do is I can press the accelerator calibration. This should do some of the trick. You can see now that it tries to calibrate. Well, it didn't do a very good job, but actually now I'll zoom out. You can use the joystick to do this. There are 6 calibration modes that you can do on the joysticks. The first one is, well, we also need a picture of the drone, because something happens on the drone at the same time, so I can put it down by the drone. I think I can do it like this. If I put the joystick to the top and take the right joystick and press up, you can see on the drone it starts flash. Now you center, you put it down to the bottom, again to the center. Now I put it right, you can see it flashes, center, and you put it right. 2 more calibrations you have to do is that you take the right joystick, put it down. You take the left joystick, put it down, and you take it out to the corner, right, left corner. You can see again on the drone it starts flash, and then you keep it out there and you go to the top, and again it starts to flash. But what actually happened now is that you have calibrated the entire drone. You can see it up here now. What I showed before, it was that the horizon, it was out, but now it's calibrated to the center. You can see when I turn the drone up and down, everything is working. Put it down level now, and it should go level. So now the drone is actually calibrated. Now we just need to put on the battery, and it's ready to fly. next you'll see me try to fly the drone. What I'm going to do is actually try to fly the drone. First I'll take it from the USB port, power goes off. I'll move this a little so the weight is more in the center. I take the battery pack that is here, and I've charged it with the charger you have received from Hobbyking. Put it on here. You can see the drone starts to flash. You can see also that the satellite board is flashing. I'll just turn off my transmitter right now. What I'm going to do is stick the battery to the back of the drone. I'll do it with one of these. I'll put it on the back of the drone. Try to place the battery in the middle of the drone for the balance. What I'm going to test now, just before I'm going to fly, is that I'm going to turn off the turn on the transmitter now. Put the joystick, I can show it here. Put the thrust joystick down, and now when I press it to the right, it should arm. You can see the arm is when the blue lid on the drone, it lights steady. You can disarm the drone by putting it left. What happens now is that if I give it thrust, nothing happens. But now when I arm and give the joystick thrust, the propeller should start to turn, which didn't happen here because I've not armed yet. It's armed, and you can hear now that the drone the propeller starts to turn around. What I need to test right now is actually if I've placed the propellers in the right order. So what I do, I'm just going to zoom out now. I'm going to arm again the drone. You can see the lid is on, steady, and then I give it a little thrust. You can see over here, actually this one is not turning. So what have I done wrong? This is not good. I'll do it like this. I should have had lift on all the propellers. Well, actually what you can see now is that my calibration is not good. So what I'm going to do now is disarm, and again what I did before is I'm placing this on a flat place, taking my controller again. I'm going to take this one to the top and this one to the top. You can see on the drone it's flashing. I take this to the bottom, now it's flashing. I take this to the right, it's flashing. Take this to the left, it's flashing. Now I take this to the bottom, and I take the right one to the bottom, and I take the left one to the left bottom. The drone is flashing, and I take it to the top, and you can see the drone is flashing again. And then I center. Now I'll try again. I've armed it. The propellers now should turn around, and you can see they are all turning now. And actually I can do a takeoff. Just like that. It should be calibrated now. I'll just turn the camera so you can see. I'll place it on the floor down here somewhere. I got some obstacles on the floor, I'll just move it. Take the drone, place it on the floor. You can see the blue light is, the blue lid. I can try to find it down here. The blue lid is lighting steady. And off we go. I'll just zoom out a little so you can see it. It's over here now. I'm a little scared now because actually it's the first time I'm flying, but it works. Here you go. The drone is ready for flying, for you to have fun. Remember to disarm by pressing this joystick to the left. The blue lid should stop flashing. I'll try a little more. Now I push it to the right down here, and the drone is ready to fly.